Garbage is a source of income for many people around the world, especially those who live in poverty. Metal debris, plastic, aluminium, paper, cans, different types of bottles that have been discarded will be sorted before being sold or sent to recycling plants. Some poor people in Manila make a living from selling garbage. But there is another type of garbage market. The type of garbage they're looking for is organic waste. Just like many other recycling processes, organic waste from trash bins is sorted, cooked, and served again as new dishes. These dishes are called in Tagalog Pagpag, which is an onomatopoeic term referring to the action of picking up food from the ground and cleaning it. It basically means brushing off the dust and soil. Three o'clock in the morning in a slum in Manila, we arrived to see a day in the life of a food recycler. We wandered through the rain, stomping along muddy streets filled with potholes and puddles. It's been drizzling all night here in Manila. The bumpy street is swamped by the water. Under the dim light of torches and street lamps, accompanied by drizzling rain, the sound of cars passing by and the roosters crowing. We sat down by a pile of garbage and began our conversation with Bird.
Nakita ko kasi nung araw kasi nandun kami sa kabila, may kumukuha niyan. Timba siya, binibinta na sa basay ko. Kaya meron nga sa palengke ng Pagpag doon, naka-display. Tapos na nakikita ko, sabi ko naman, okay naman kasi minsan, nung sumama ako sa biyahe, katulad sa pag nagsama ako sa biyahe, yung sa istante nila, pag sumubra nyo, hindi na pala pwedeng initin. Ibibigay sa akin. Nakain namin kasi okay naman.
After the restaurants, which are the origin of this organic waste, the next people in this recycling process are the buyers, who collect food waste from these restaurants. The process starts right after closing time, at around 10 or 11 p.m. Once the restaurant is closed, the employees start cleaning up the place and put the trash bags containing organic waste outside. Bird's job is to go around collecting the bags from various restaurants quickly, so that the waste won't be rotten. This collection is usually done by midnight.
Gabi-gabi kailangan namin makuha yung gawa ng mangangamoy pang fast food restaurant, diba? Kailangan gabi-gabi ko nakukuha yun. Hindi po pwedeng kinaumagahan. Kaya umalis ka dito ng 8 o'clock. Pagdating mo niyan, karga ka lang ng karga. Para hindi sila nangangamoy. Minsan, alas 12, dito na kami.
Manila is one of the world's top-ranking capital cities in terms of the number of slums. One of the slums here is also considered the world's largest. Economic growth in recent years has not ameliorated the situation. On the contrary, poverty is soaring. From various restaurants across the city, Bird drove his truck containing the trash bags to this pile of garbage in the slum. The sorters are already here, waiting. They offload the truck and start to sort the garbage deftly.
Bagong kuha pa lang, nahakot. Sariwa pa yan. Sariwa.
He was ready.
Ito kamukha nito, bagong hakot lang to kanina. Sariwa pa yan.
So usually they know that...
Araw-araw hinahakot yun.
So...
Hindi pwedeng sa hotel.
Ito babaho yan.
Kailangan talagang...
Kailangan hakutin.
Yan. Araw-araw.
Mountains of garbage, giving off a foul odour, surround us in the darkness, with only the sorters' headlamps lighting the scene as they work relentlessly and against time. No need for masks to protect them from the dust and smell, nor proper clothing for this filthy work. Only bare hands are needed as they dig fearlessly through this mixture of leftovers and other trash. Their job is to look for food waste scattered throughout a pile of garbage. Other leftovers are ignored. The only things they need are chicken bones with bits of meat left over by whoever.
Pinipili ko namin mga laman. Tapos ngayon, may dinadalang kami gan. Yung isang ganito, bayaran ng 140, 150. Mga malalaman.
Rice and vegetables are set apart, ready to be sold as animal feed, such as for pigs. Chicken bones are not a pig's favourite, so they're placed in a different bag. The content of this last bag is the most valuable and the most sought after. The chicken bones with scraps of leftover meat still attached. By the time the sun rises, the sorting is done. Chicken bones with the bits of meat are packed in bags of 10 kilograms each. From the garbage pile, Bird sells the chicken bones to food vendors in this slum. Despite the steady growth of the economy, the Philippines is still struggling with the distribution of income. The already huge gap between the rich and the poor is widening more and more. 1 out of 3 Filipinos is living below the poverty line. They struggle to get the bare necessities. It's a challenge just to put food on the table. Digging through a pile of trash for food and goods has become a way for many people to survive. The chicken bones with scraps of meat have reached the third step in this desperate process, the restaurants. The restaurants cook these bones into various dishes, such as adobo and caldereta, local dishes popular among Filipinos. Adobo and caldereta, made of this food waste recovered from the garbage, is known as Pagpag. The sun is rising. The rain has just stopped. We're still wandering along the swampy street, flanked by ramshackle dwellings made out of tin. Locals are roaming around. We've reached another step in the food recycling process. The shop has been open since dawn. A huge wok is set on a stove. The sound of distant roosters crowing can be heard from time to time. This morning meal is caldereta, a Filipino-style stew in which meat is slowly cooked in tomato paste. She starts by preparing the ingredients, which includes washing the chicken bones in water 4 times and letting them dry. Next, she fries shallots to bring out their aroma, and then adds the washed chicken bones and a pinch of salt. The secret is the tomato sauce. As well as adding flavour, it also covers the unpleasant odour coming from the garbage. Mix it well, then leave it on a low flame for another 15 minutes. Now we have a hot dish of caldereta ready to be served. Each dish is sold at 10 pesos, or around 8 Thai baht, or about 21 US cents.
Mura lang manok. Isang punta pa lang Jollibee, dito na lang. Hindi mo rin alam bakit. Ako nga dati, hindi na ako kumakain yan eh. Napakain na ako pag ako ang nagluluto. Masarap naman kasi siya, kahit tira-tira na.
She told us that she paid 120 pesos, or $2 for the chicken bones she bought from Bird. The whole bag is then cooked into pagpag, which can be sold for 200 pesos, or about $3.40. After deducting all the expenses, she's left with 50 pesos, or just 85 US cents.
Mas healthy ang manok kasi ang baboy kasi karamihan high blood. Mabilis ang katulad sa manok, hindi masyado.
This man is a regular customer here. He collects or buys expired eggs and sells them at low prices. After selling all his eggs, he stops here to eat. Apart from the good flavour, he also comes here because of the affordable prices. A dish of pagpag is eaten with some rice he brought from home. The whole meal costs him less than 10 baht, or about 26 cents.
Kailangan po hugasan po yan para maayos pong pag-ano. Kasi pag hindi po naayos, hindi po maluluto ng maayos po. Hindi siya malalasa siya ng isa may panisi. Ano siya.
Why is most Pagpag made with chicken? This echoes the eating habits of Filipinos, especially those who live in the city. The Philippines is a melting pot of different cultures. It's a mix of island traditions, Chinese merchants, classic Spanish culture, and modern American commercialism. The American fast food culture is very influential here. Popular dishes include burgers and fried chicken. Fried chicken is so popular that the Philippines even has their own fried chicken brand. With its familiar flavor and affordable price, Jollibee, a local fast food chain, has built the largest market share in the Philippines, outselling famous US franchises like McDonald's, Burger King, and KFC. Big, crunchy pieces of fried chicken from Jollibee are a dream food for poor people. But the chicken bones, with bits of meat people leave after eating at Jollibee, are all they can actually afford in real life.
Siyempre sayang, mahal-mahal ang bilihin, tapos sayangin lang nila. Yung samantalang yung mga mahihirap, ayun, naghahabol na lang din sa tira nila.
Nakasagot nun, pares na kasi tinapala, siyempre tira-tira. Siyempre pwede na makuha ng tao, lininisan. Tapos lutuin na, pamakain. Ano rin naman sila, siyempre sila may kaya. Mahirap na yung mga tao rito. Kaya gawin nila ng tao, pwede lutuin.
No criticism or condemnation. Their only feeling is that others have more opportunity. Though they dream of having a piece of fried chicken from a fast food chain, those dishes remain out of their reach. Jollibee sells a piece of fried chicken with rice for 95 pesos, or $1.64, while a dish of Pagpag costs only 10 pesos, or 17 cents. Only once or twice in a very long time might they bite the bullet and pay for a hot and fresh piece of fried chicken with meat on it, one that has not been in a trash bin. But in their everyday lives, Pagpag is probably the closest they will get to their dream dish. The Pagpag journey, which begins in the garbage, has reached its destination, in a dish for those who rarely have a chance to eat whole pieces of fried chicken.
Minsan po kumukunti, minsan marami rin. Meron po minsan buo, hindi pa nakakain. Yun lang.
Other than food vendors who purchase chicken bones to make Pagpag for sale, the bones are also packed into smaller portions for anyone who wishes to buy them to cook at home. We continue our journey through ruins and decay, which reflect the scarcity and famine in the neighborhoods. This granny is selling chicken bones in small packs. Her clients are the residents of the area. This mother has come with her baby to buy the chicken bones to make her own Pagpag for the family. Though we can afford fresh food, we couldn't help stepping in and buying some from the granny. Once she finds out that we're not locals, she eagerly tells us the recipe for adobo, a popular local dish in the Philippines. From tin shacks that sell Pagpag in the slum area, we travel back to the origin of this recycled food. Here is a modern commercial district in Manila. Everything is clean and organized. Apparently, only those with purchasing power, which is a small group here in the Philippines, come here to spend their time and money.
I want to have country fry wings.
We order some food. The dish reminds us of the Pagpag we just saw. The chef here acknowledges the existence of Pagpag and gives us his honest opinion.
Chef, recycling food that way is not
No, it's not
acceptable
recommended.
at all.
Because as a chef, I'm trained in the HACCP, we call it HACCP, which is Hazardous Analysis Critical Control Points. It's an international standard for food safety,
Right.
HACCP. So they don't recommend recycling food. You can take whatever leftovers you have and eat it the following day, but not to recycle whatever is eaten and recook it.
Give me some knowledge. If food is not finished like this and I don't want to take back home,
Yeah.
what can we do with the food?
If for example, there's so many food, I suggest actually you can take it home and do
What if I didn't want to take it home? Okay, I'm staying in the hotel tonight. I don't
Okay.
have, way to actually heat it tomorrow
Okay,
morning.
so you don't have any
I
plans
don't have
of
any
eating
plan.
it again?
Yeah.
I suggest you just throw it away.
Throw it away, yeah.
You can, or just give it to, just pack it up, take it out, and just give it to whoever wants
Oh,
it.
okay,
Because
like-
that's different from Pagpag. Because
I
in
see.
Pagpag, they throw it in the trash already.
Right.
Unlike if you take it out, they pack it neatly, then you can do whatever you want with it. Unlike Pagpag,
Right.
it's thrown away and it's mixed with other food ingredients. It gets mixed up with the bacteria, with the leftovers, and who knows what's inside.
Poverty has long been a chronic problem in the Philippines, combined with a skyrocketing birth rate, contributing to a population of over 100 million. All this has pushed 1 out of every 10 households in the Philippines below the poverty line, with an average daily income of less than 50 baht, or not even $2. Roughly 1.5 million kids only eat 1 meal a day. 1 out of 3 children under the age of 5 suffers with cretinism. 8 out of 10 children aged between 6 months and 5 years don't have enough food to eat and have developed chronic malnutrition. That includes the youngest member of this family.
How old are you? 3. You want something? Okay, you sit with me here. Yeah, you can take as much as you want.
I didn't bring his to hospital so I didn't know why he's, I think, a little bit thin
He's a little bit thin for his age.
for his age.
So you think because of he doesn't have enough vitamin?
Maybe. Enough.
The mother is well aware that her child's deformed body is a sign of malnutrition. But her tiny income doesn't allow her to provide enough food to all of her 6 children.
So you think they have enough protein to eat?
No, there's no. Because every day we need to eat a balanced diet, diba? For every day. But I can achieve that. What is, meron, what we have, we need to eat what we have. If wala, like if there's nothing. I can't provide to give him a milk because she's the one who get milk because I'm in work.
So since when that he stopped taking milk?
1 year old, 2 years old.
So he only had milk for one year.
Yeah.
I have seen how illegal drugs destroy individuals and ruin family relationships.
President Duterte's war on drugs has affected the livelihoods of many poor families. It has worsened the situation of already poor families.
The side of my husband, yeah.
Her husband was shot and killed by the police, despite having no connection to drug crimes, but just because he happened to be walking near the area where the operation was taking place. The family was left without their father figure. The mother had no choice but to bring all 6 children to come to live with her parents. One of her children is now being taken care of by the staff of a private social organization which works with children.
My husband go to jail because he's set up. And I asked the officers why he is
In
in
jail.
the jail. They said to me that your husband is in the area of bypass operation. Although you're not in the house, but you're in the perimeter.
Then you are guilty too.
Yes, you're also in the area. I think it's 15 meters in the area. Everyone who's in the area will get the police, the officer. Maybe I'm worried about the food because the one they get, the one they intake is their body is not good enough. There's less vitamins, less minerals because of the kind of food they eat. So if I will given a chance, of course I want to give best food for my children.
But you just cannot.
I cannot.
The money they have is not enough. So it's only one or two of them feeding 10 children, 10 members of the family. So I don't think that we have work, but it's not enough really to really support the needed food of the children. If you will see, you can read our news, for every 10 children, there are still 4 to 6 children who are still malnourished under 5 years old.
4 to 6, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. So I don't think that we're already good in terms of nutrition problem in the Philippines.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
These kids with malnutrition should immediately be placed under a doctor's care. But the issue is severe, widespread, and out of control in the Philippines. Manila has always been densely populated. Still, many people are flooding in to search for better opportunities in the capital city. Every inch is packed with people, including cemeteries, which are often turned into housing for the living instead. Tackling food scarcity by growing their own food is hardly possible in Manila, as seen with this family. 11 people are living in a 10 square meter space. It already seems impossible to organize sleeping space for everyone, let alone any space for vegetation or livestock. We are back to the same spot where we were this morning. There are still people digging through the piles of trash, hoping to find something to sell to food vendors to make pagpag, or to take home to cook their own pagpag for their family. We keep wondering to ourselves, how hungry do you have to be to eat food from other people's trash? Because they are fully aware that pagpag is not hygienic and it exposes them to various diseases.
Ito lang mga Jollibee lang, no? Pwede na. Sarap na yun. Mas masarap pong Jollibee sa akin. Kasi po ito, ma'am. May buto-buto. Doon po, ma'am. Buo po yun. Kaya ano po yun eh. Doon mabubusog ka. Pero busog ka rin naman dito, ma'am. Pagka marami kang ano. Doon bitin.
Siyempre, yung mga masasarap na.
Katulad ng
lechon. Diba? Yung mga hindi nakakain dito sa lugar namin. Siyempre.
But what else can you do when you have so few options in life? You either die of starvation or live off garbage.